Let's make some tater salad. What up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Kristen, and today I'm showing you how to make the most amazing vegan potato salad ever. It reminds me of the potato salad I used to have when I was little, but it's totally vegan, so there's no animal products in it at all. And it's still just as good. So if you're looking for a good vegan potato salad recipe, try this one. It's super delicious. So I'm just gonna kind of walk you through what I already did, and then we're just gonna put it all together and taste it. And yeah, the recipe will be in the description, so check that out if you want the full recipe. All right, so let's just get right into the recipe. Okay, so the first thing I did was I made a hemp seed and sunflower seed mayo. You can use like a pre-made vegan mayo if you want. You can use a cashew mayo. I wanted to use a nut-free mayo for this recipe, so that's what I made, but use whatever mayo, vegan mayo you want to use. But yeah, I made that mayo, and then I made the dressing so that it could like sit for a while. So into this beautiful dressing mixture that we have, it's nice golden yellow color, beautiful, yummy deliciousness. Oh, it smells so good. It smells like a family picnic smell. It just reminds me of that. So then into the mayo I made, I added some white wine vinegar, some mustard, a little bit of organic sugar, some dill pickle relish, some dill, some dried parsley, some garlic powder, some onion powder, a little bit of turmeric just for some color, some nutritional yeast, and salt and pepper. And just kind of add stuff as you go. I'll give rough estimates for you guys, but just add as you go and taste it. And if you think it needs more salt or more pepper or more dill, then add it. As it sits in the fridge, it'll like all the flavors will meld together. So keep that in mind, that everything will get a lot stronger as it sits in the fridge. So that's why I made this first. So take any vegan mayo you want, add all that stuff to it, and that's your dressing for the potato salad. And then I covered that and put it in the fridge for a couple of hours to kind of let everything blend and love each other and make everything taste good. And in the meantime, I prepped everything else. So I cubed up some Yukon Gold potatoes. So I just washed them and cut them into like 1-inch cubes. So yeah, I did 10 potatoes, 10 like medium, small Yukon Gold potatoes. Again, adjust this recipe depending on however much you want to make. It's pretty forgiving. But I did 10 Yukon Gold potatoes cut into 1-inch cubes, and then I boiled them in some boiling water for 10 minutes. Can usually take 10 to 15 minutes until they're soft but not mushy, because you still want them to keep their form when you mix everything together. So just poke a little knife through them and you'll be able to tell if they're done. If they're still hard, let them go a little bit longer. And then I just drained them and rinsed them with cold water. That way it stops the cooking process so they don't get even more mushy, and it cools them down and gets them ready for the potato salad. So after the potatoes were done, then I prepped the rest of the veggies, which was chopping up like a half of a small red onion, and I just diced it really small. You don't want to get a huge bite of onion in this, so diced up pretty small red onion. And I did 1 red bell pepper, same thing, just diced that up really small. And then I did, this is about a half a cup of celery. So just depending on how big your celery stalks are, you're just gonna wanna do the same thing. Just dice up some celery till it's kind of small and minced and dicey. Yeah, so about half a cup of that. And again, if you don't like celery, don't put as much in. I love celery, so I'm putting a lot in, and I love onion and all that stuff. So adjust this recipe. If there's something in it you don't like, take it out. This is really easy to kind of manipulate. So now all we're gonna do is mix all this stuff together, and then that's it. So we've got our potatoes in here, big old bowl of potatoes. I wish I had a clear one of these so that I could like show you guys what's going on, but I don't, so we're gonna have to make it work. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add in the veggies. So in goes the celery and the red pepper and the red onion. And then I'm just gonna add in this dressing. Depending on how big your potatoes were and how many you used and stuff like that, you might not need to use all of this, but I like pretty moist potato salad, especially if you're gonna let it sit overnight. The potatoes will soak some of this up and it might end up a little bit drier than when you started. So keep that in mind. I like to add a lot of this, but you can always add it as you feel is needed and then go from there. So you can always start small and go from there, but I'm probably gonna use most of this, so I'm just gonna dump most of it in, and if I need the rest I will use it. Yum! So now just mixing all of this together. Oh yeah. Probably gonna need more of that there sauce because it looks perfect now, but like I said, the potatoes and everything will soak up some of that sauce, and you just want to make sure that you have enough or else it'll be kind of dry. So I'm just gonna add all of this because it's delicious, and why not? You can always save some, and then if you want to add more after it's sat for a little bit, you can. Do whatever works best for you. I know everybody has like different preferences when it comes to their food, so that's why I like to make my recipes kind of easy to play around with. So I don't usually measure a whole ton either. I just kind of plop stuff in and taste it as I go. And I found that made it a lot more fun in the kitchen for me than just following a recipe. So yeah, pretty much mix everything together, and then you're just gonna taste it, and if you think it needs any more salt or pepper or anything like that, you can add it in now. So yeah, super simple, super easy. I'm bringing this to like a girls' cabin trip this weekend, so I'm excited to share this with everybody. I'm sure there's gonna be people there that aren't vegan, so it's always fun to get them to try this kind of stuff. Okay, so it's nice and mixed together. I hope you guys can see that. Again, I need another camera, so I'm trying to figure out better ways to like show you what I'm doing with the food as well as seeing me. So yeah, trying to get better at that until I get another camera. But yeah, just mix that all together. Let's taste it and see how it is. It looks so good. Oh my god. Oh yeah, that is gonna be really good. So like, you definitely want to make this ahead of time. Don't make it and serve it like this because it's not as flavorful. Make sure you let it sit for like at least an hour or two in the fridge so everything can kind of combine and come together, and all the flavors will just be a lot more intense, which is what you want with potato salad. It's perfect for me, but again, if you want to add more salt or nutritional yeast or vinegar or anything you think it needs, add it now and then let it sit for a couple of hours in the fridge, and you have like amazing classic potato salad. You're welcome. I might eat all of this right now. It's prime time. It's so good. Okay, so since I'm taking this with me on a cabin trip this weekend, I'm gonna bring it in my cooler so that I don't take up a bunch of room in the fridge. There's like 15 girls coming. So I'm just gonna put it in a Tupperware so that it can easily go in my cooler. And that's it. You just wanna chill it again for a couple of hours. Don't eat it right away or else everything's not gonna taste as it should. But other than that, you have the most amazing, delicious potato salad ever. Okay, just like try it one more time, yeah? And then once you have it in your Tupperware, you can sprinkle it with like some smoked paprika or top it with fresh parsley or green onions or whatever to kind of give a little bit more style. All right, so that's it. That's how I make the most delicious vegan potato salad ever. You should totally give this recipe a try. If you do, let me know how you like it. This is a really good one to bring camping with you or on a trip when you have to have a cooler or something like that, because it's really hearty, it's really filling, it's super tasty. Highly recommend. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, the full recipe will be down in the description of this YouTube video, so check that out if you're wanting the full recipe. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Hit that little subscribe button if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, and I will just see you guys in my next video. Peace! Did one of my hairs just go in there? Yes. Son of a bitch. My hair went in there.